Warning, just so everybody knows, this video is going to contain graphic content, including a video of JFK being shot, which we will show several times probably. And if you're sensitive to that kind of thing or you don't want to see that, just click away now.
But if not, enjoy.
Your shirt's on inside out.
I know.
Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about possibly the original conspiracy theory, at least in America, the one that sparked the whole internet sleuth community and all of the conspiracy theories, one of the biggest ones ever, which is the assassination of John F. Kennedy. So Josh doesn't know a whole lot about this theory, so I'm going to be explaining to him some of the major theories involved with it, as well as the one that I personally believe. So to go over what happened that day, in case you're a little bit shaky on the events, John F. Kennedy was going to Texas to try to win support for his cause, because basically his vice president, I think he used to be like governor of Texas, but he wasn't anymore, and so they didn't really like him that much anymore. And so he's like, you gotta go to Texas to get them to vote for you again when you go up for re-election. And so he went there, and he went on this parade, and during the parade, shots were fired at the president's car. The official report is that Lee Harvey Oswald killed him from, I think, a 4th-story window with a sniper rifle. Lee Harvey Oswald later killed a police officer with a revolver and then was brought into custody. He was later assassinated himself by a member of I think a Chicago gang while he was at court, just leaving court.
Alright, so wait. So he was did you say it was him on his own
That's what the authorities said.
But then he was killed by a gang.
Yeah.
Why would a gang kill him?
I don't know. There are actually 3 different gangs who have taken credit for the assassination of John F. Kennedy, and all of them are ignored.
Okay, but if he did it alone, there's no reason for a gang to...
Right, usually when gangs kill you is because you're gonna snitch on them, right?
Yeah, are they doing it just because he killed the president, or is he...
I don't know.
Why would...
I think
why would a gang kill someone just because he...
I don't even know what happened to the guy that killed him. Maybe he got killed too.
I don't know.
Maybe we're next.
That's weird. Okay. So, but then, I would say that he wasn't alone and that the gang did, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. The guy had ties to a gang. There's no necessary proof that he was a gang member, but he had strong ties to the gang. It's pretty much obvious that he was.
So if he had strong ties to the gang, then the gang probably was involved.
Yeah. The mob.
It was ruled that there was... Okay.
But the official theory is that Lee Harvey Oswald worked alone. They say that he fired 3 shots at the motorcade, and that one hit the guy in front of him in the chest and hit him in the neck. They say that
same
one
bullet hit him in the chest.
They say that the bullet went. They say that it went through one guy's chest, I think through the other guy somewhere, and then into JFK's neck. They say the first bullet missed. The second one went like that, and I think through somebody's leg and into JFK's chest, and then went into his neck. He goes like this, and then this 3rd shot supposedly hit him in the head, which killed him.
So what you're saying is the first guy sitting up front gets shot, it goes through him.
I think through the other guy next to him, and then into his neck somehow. They say that the front of the motorcade was taller than the back.
Oh, okay.
But this is what's called the magic bullet theory, because basically, for that shot to be realistic, it would have to go through him, then come down, and then go into JFK.
I mean, the ice bullet gun wasn't a low caliber gun, or else I'd say a 22.
They found that bullet, actually. That's the other thing about it. They found the bullet completely intact. Now, the bullet having passed through 2 or 3 different people, you're not going through their bones and their muscles. It's not going to be completely intact. A piece of hot lead that just went through 3 different people isn't going to be in perfect shape, which the bullet that they recovered, that they claim was that bullet, was.
Okay. Yeah, so, no.
Yeah. The magic bullet theory is one of the least trusted theories on the internet because of that.
Magic school bus. Wait, so the official story
is that the
bullet went through one guy's chest.
I think through another guy's leg, then into his neck,
then into JFK's neck, into JFK's neck.
Yes.
Okay, and then another bullet hit him in the head.
Yes.
Okay.
So one of the other more popular fringe theories, conspiracy theories, whatever you'd like to call them, is that JFK, they say that there was a second shooter on the grassy knoll, which is what they call the hill that was on the other side of the car.
Okay.
Some people say that they were just another shooter with a gun. There was this guy with an umbrella. Basically, this guy with the umbrella, he was standing here with this, he had an umbrella that was like open and above him like this on a perfectly like sunny day. It wasn't like too hot. It wasn't raining. Nobody else in the whole crowd had an umbrella. There was no sign of rain. Then as the motorcade goes
what
by,
if he was just using it to shade?
As the motorcade goes by, he raises the umbrella. JFK goes like this.
Well, I mean, have you ever seen Kingsman?
No, that looked like a crappy movie.
How do you think Kingsman could be a crappy movie?
It just looked ridiculous.
No. Okay. But anyways, my point with Kingsman, they have umbrellas that they use to take down the bad guys. Now, they only shoot like a stun gun. Like a... Yeah, kind of like the Penguin and, yeah. But I don't know if it'd be super hard to do, but a single shot gun, you might be able to make like a small caliber. There
was a hole in his neck, and that's why they say that he got shot in the neck, and because he grabbed it, but it wasn't like a super big hole, and it's described as a hole, not a bullet wound, just a hole. So in the autopsy. Now the CIA was known to have invented a gun that was shaped like an umbrella that fired darts. So
okay.
If somebody had removed the dart, then it would just leave a hole. I don't know why they would want to shoot a dart into him right before shooting him in the head.
When it says hole, is it like hole or is it like?
I think it's like a little hole.
Like a little hole, so like a dart.
Something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
So the theory is that as he went by, he raised the umbrella and shot him with some kind of dart or a bullet or something, and then the second shot hit him in the head.
Alright, so the second shot hit him in the head.
Yeah.
The shot hitting him in the head makes sense.
Something that should be said is that day there was a lot of confusion. Everybody there says that there were way more than 3 gunshots. They said that there were gunshots just bouncing off the concrete everywhere. The guy who was right in front of him says that he is certain that Lee Harvey Oswald did not act alone, although he can accept that he was the one that pulled the trigger.
Okay, so...
But he's like, he wasn't just a single crazy person who just shot the president. He's like, he had help from someone.
Yeah. I mean, especially if he got killed after he walks out of... If people don't just get killed walking out of a courthouse, unless...
They did something wrong.
Unless
like they were gonna snitch or something.
Yeah, unless there's... And I mean, I understand, like, if a gang thought, oh, he's gonna do a plea deal and tell about the gang.
Right, but they would only do that if he had something to tell.
But, I mean, he could have something to tell about the gang. I mean, he might know the big leader of whatever gang, but at the same time...
I don't think you're gonna get a pardon from killing the president for snitching on a gang.
Yeah. And so... I don't know. That still seems fishy to me. But like, then you said it's the magic bullet theory.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
But like if there was multiple bullets, that would make more sense with the magic bullet theory.
Yeah, like
because then multiple bullets could have been shot.
Right. So Lee Harvey Oswald only fired 3
crappy
bullets.
Shot.
They found three casings. So unless he just like took some of the casings with him and not others, which I guess is kind of possible.
Well, one of the big things whenever you're shooting, well, I've never personally done this, but I assume that you would want to get rid of the bullet casings to cover your tracks, and he might have tried to grab as many bullet casings as possible.
Wouldn't they be hot? Wouldn't they burn his hand?
I mean, were his fingerprints on the ice bullet gun?
There was no ice bullet. They found the bullet.
Okay. Were his fingerprints found on the ice gun, on the gun?
Yeah. He fired that gun. He fired at least 3 shots with that gun.
So I was about, if they didn't find his fingerprints,
he also killed a police officer with a revolver. They know because they have the casings, they have his fingerprints, they have the ballistics evidence and witnesses putting him at the scene.
Okay.
with his revolver. So he definitely also killed a police officer later. It just kind of got overshadowed with the fact that he killed the president.
Can we watch some of this?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, like...
So, here is a video of the motorcades moving along around here somewhere. I think around here the shot's gonna happen. So they're driving along, and then there's a shot. So he grabs his neck.
Pause that. Pause. Go back for a second. What is his wife doing there?
Okay, so he grabs his neck, right, from the dart or the bullet or whatever that hit him.
So that's what him grabbing the neck was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was him grabbing his neck,
yeah.
and then that's why.
And then
his wife
she
was
leans
reaching
down
over.
like this, and then he gets shot. Okay, so like the camera's over here, you can't see what she's doing.
Well,
now this comes into my
like
theory.
She might have been like, "Hey, what can I?" You know what I mean?
Yeah. This comes into my theory here. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, if you watch the video and you watch it slowly, you can see. She leans in, and he gets shot, and everything goes up
Why
like
does his
this.
head go backward? Oh.
Everything goes up like this. Now, when a bullet hits you, here's a diagram of discharge, like guns entry versus exit wounds. Okay. So here's a picture of it, and as you can see, the small hole is where the bullet goes in, and then the big hole is where it comes out, because that's the side where the bullet came out of him, which went up and to this side.
Okay.
They say that Lee Harvey shot him with a sniper rifle from above, meaning that it should have gone
Down.
from the bottom of him.
Okay. So he's up here,
And he shoots
and
down.
they're down here,
and somehow
he shoots down, and
the bullet goes.
explosions.
The bullet goes in like this, and then the explosion comes out this way, which isn't how a gun works.
So like, he's shooting down at this end, right?
Yeah.
But the explosion is right there
It goes
instead
like
of
this.
right here. The explosion should be right there.
Yeah.
It's coming out right there.
So the way that a gun would work, the bullet should have come in from here. Now what I want to point out is right before the gunshot happens, his wife leans in like this. She leans in, and then he gets shot like that. Additionally, if you watch the video, there's a smoke cloud that comes out of his head. Now smoke only comes out of the barrel of a gun. Despite what you see on TV, smoke doesn't come out of the wound when the bullet hits you. When you get shot, smoke doesn't come out unless you just have really dusty clothes on, I guess. So unless he just had a ton of pomade or something.
That's...
Because what I think happened is his wife had a small gun, some kind of concealed thing, and she shot him at point blank, and then it came out with the smoke, which is the only thing that can explain why the bullet came from that angle and smoke came out of him.
Did he not have coitus with Marilyn Monroe?
He did.
So
Him and Marilyn Monroe were sleeping together.
I don't know about JFK's wife, but I know that if I had coitus with another woman, that my wife would very much be tempted to do such a thing.
So what I think happened is, for some reason or another, she shot him like here, came out here. I'm sure Lee Harvey did fire several shots, probably 3 shots, but I don't think that any of them were the shot that killed him. I think that came from his wife. Now, additionally, if you keep watching the video,
Or I mean, she could be leaning in and being like, "This is what you deserve."
So we keep watching the video. She panics. She goes back to the back of the car, and it looks like she's helping the Secret Service member like climb onto the car, right? But actually, she never touches him. She never comes in contact with him. She's leaning back here, as you can see.
What's on the car right there that she just reached for?
So the Secret Service member who was climbing on wrote a book, and he said in his book that what she grabbed was a fragment of JFK's skull. Which seems like a strange thing to be grabbing. Nobody's really sure why she would do that, unless she was trying to hide some kind of evidence or something. For whatever reason, that's what she did. She wasn't helping him on, she never touched him, she didn't care about helping that guy on. She just leaned back, grabbed something, and went back into the car.
See, yeah, right there, look. She leans down.
And
It's obviously coming, It's thought, but
It's
bullet wounds
clear. Yeah, it's
obviously
clearly from her.
That's obviously from her. And then
You don't get
here's where
smoke.
she leans back, right, and crawls back.
She just leaves her
So
husband.
you see this black thing.
She just leaves her husband, who's just been shot, lying in the seat, and crawls back to grab a piece of his skull.
The Secret Serviceman reached for him, but he didn't. But she like completely turned away from him the second he reached.
Yeah, because he was trying to climb on to help, and I don't know what she was doing.
Huh.
So I suspect his wife of having fired the fatal shot. I don't know why. There were a lot of things that he had done that had made a lot of people really angry. A lot of policies he had enacted that people in the government didn't want. As well as him upsetting his vice president, who, by the way, had the most to gain from his death since he became president after him. In the end, it's impossible to say why someone did it, but I feel like it can be pretty easily proven that the bullet came from within the motorcade, because smoke comes out of the barrel of a gun, not out of a bullet when it hits someone in the body or
Dude
head.
cheated. Dude got shot. End of story.
An interesting thing about him cheating on her, Marilyn Monroe's death was also very suspicious, and I'd like to cover that in a later video and talk about why I think that her and a lot of other celebrities have been murdered under the guise of drug overdoses. For now, thanks for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, because subscribe doesn't mean anything anymore.
It doesn't. Unless there's 10,000 of y'all. Let us know what your theory about the JFK assassination is. Right down below. Just keep scrolling past all the little things, all the other little suggested videos. It'll be the first thing it says, like, comments here. There should be like 100 million of them down there.
Obviously.
You'll be one of those 100 million.
Something isn't right. Their shifting eyes betray their smiles. All the while the sirens singing. Oh.